Hotep Senuhena Senut Tiren Ishakandugu Kemet. As the title says, I'm taking registrations for Friday's Medu Neter class. Let me check the sound. For Fridays. Sounds very clear, and that's beautiful. That's lovely. I don't even need to speak loud. I did a live stream earlier. One brother got on board. I wish more sisters would learn the Medu Neter. There's usually more brothers. I've shared the invite link, so feel free to click on it. I'm about to change the thumbnail. Done. Okay, should change. I've changed it, so feel free. Should take a few seconds, maybe a few minutes for it to change. Yeah, it will change shortly. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. That's not the way. Let me go back. I need to. Okay, there it is. No. I want to check something that I've addressed earlier. Now, okay. Um, Nepseni, I'm going to reply to you. I just have to get rid of a troll. You know, time for your trolls out there. That troll has Kun in his name. It was very inspired. Now, and that's it. So, Nepseni wrote, I just tried to email you about your class, but it was returned to sender. I would like to register. Here's my email address. Because there's three S's and it's a bit atypical, so maybe did not spell it properly. I invite you to just try it now and I can reply to you. Now, the class will be on Friday, March 18. If there's a good enough turn up, then we'll be able to do it every Friday, and it's 4 p.m. EST, New York time. Would that suit you? And for the record, for those who don't know, the classes are not free of charge. There's a fee of $10 per class. So come on in, brothers and sisters, take advantage. Take advantage. Don't miss on that opportunity. Oh, I did not notice at the top. Okay. So here I go to chapter 2 and then oh, Nepson is asking, how long is the class? Well, normally the class is an hour, but on this time slot, on this time slot, um, at 4 p.m. EST on Friday, which will be Saturday morning for me because I'm in Europe, we can go well over the hour. Usually, the first class, when it's not a group, I go to the point where we read a short sentence. I think it's really nice to get to read a sentence after the first class, and not everybody goes at the same speed. But because it will fall on a Saturday for me, and I don't work on weekends, we'll be able to, take the time. So really, I don't know how long it will take. It will be at least an hour. It might take two, it might take three. It really depends on the questions of participation. It'll be an opportunity to really deal with the Medu Neter at a convenient pace, and also ultimately, depending on the question, maybe talk a bit more in details about Kemet at large. But mainly, it's a Medu Neter class. You see. Now, usually during the first classes, the new learners are quite shy with the questions. I'm very used to that, but I always encourage questions. There's another troll. You know, for all you trolls out there, I've shared the invite link. It's pinned on the chat, so if you're not afraid to show your face and come and have a talk. I don't know who can call. People know how I've been getting down. I've been taking callers, so you know. And for future trolls or people who are considering trolling, if you come and troll, I will block you, so you will not be able to post any other message. And the message that you have posted in the chat will be deleted. So you will waste a few seconds of mine, but you will waste your own time as well. So yes, the class will be at least an hour. And depending on turn up, then the turnout, it might be more. Feel free, brothers and sisters. Oh, there was a question here. I'm curious, what was the reasoning behind using an R to represent the letter M? It's really the sound M, not the letter M. Of course, we will put the letter M because it's our script, but it's really the sound. So I don't know exactly why. Maybe the R in Medu Neter. Um, maybe the word starts with the M. I mean, the sound M. It's like the Phoenician slash Hebrew Aleph, which is the ox's head. If you have any questions, brothers and sisters, but if you're thinking about learning the Medu Neter, here's the opportunity. Feel free to get on board. Oh, we have Neter the Greatest who wrote, Hotep said, I found that hieroglyph I was speaking to you about. Okay. Um, if it's on a website, please share the link in the chat. Um, and if it's not on the website, then please send it to me via email so I can have a look. See, I like that. It started by Hotep Sen. And ultimately, it wasn't the Neter. Oh, okay, it wasn't the Neter. Okay. See, that's what I would love for us, have this vocabulary, not to emulate other people, but the Muslims they greet by, how they greet, the Arabic language. The Jewish people greet with the Hebrew language. But we're in here all over the place. trying to be everything at the same time, trying to be transformers. And we have this great culture and legacy, and we have some fence fighters and people who try to sabotage the effort. I've been teaching the Medu years back in France, and some pedophile friendly little homies have tried to sabotage the effort, but 10 years later, they earn about nothing. They're not doing anything at all. And I haven't stopped. I did not sleep, and I'm doing the work still. Some people will go at great length just out of jealousy, but it is what it is. So, Nature the Great wrote, I'll send you an email and maybe you can speak more of two words that are spelled the same but have different meaning. Yeah, well, so it's better to show. I could talk about it, but if people don't see, if they're not introduced, they'll probably not understand. Are you planning on sending the email now or maybe later on? But yeah, when I saw Hotep Necher, I'm sorry, Hotep Sen, um, it's nice, if you could have more of that. Um, some people just don't want to make any effort, and it's a shame. I'm not counting on, hundreds of people, but okay. Nepsen, he said he sent it already. I was actually asking about Netshare, but I have received it. Uh, let me reply. Oh, I've received your email, Netshare. I will have a look. Let me just reply to Nepseni. That's it. So you should receive my email, Nepseni, and now I'm going to have a look at the picture that Brother Nature sent and keep the comments going. Now, by the looks of it, it looks like Budge. It looks like Budge. Now, keep the comments and questions going, brothers and sisters. I will not be live streaming for a very long time. Okay. Yes, indeed. It's not the nature with the spelling. We've seen that word, right? And with the sentence that says Hertep M per Menchu. Oh, you sent the wrong pic. Okay, I'll wait for the other one. We have Asar, Aset, and Heru. We have the whole family. And as a matter of fact, that brother wrote Mhotep Abet, and Abet is the word for family. So that brother knows a little some. Where are you from, brother? Where are you from? Are you learning on your own or are you learning with somebody? From Alabama. Alabama. Okay. From the South. Brothers and sisters, take advantage. I will not be live streaming for a long time. So if you have questions and statements, and most importantly, if you want to join us in this upcoming Medu Neter class, it's going to be Friday, this coming Friday, March 18th at 11 p.m. EST. Asara said that Heru started using Regati Amin's workbook some time ago. And yes, I was the peak I was speaking of Heru. Yes, indeed. So here you have the example. We have Heru. Well, most of the time, transliteration will be head. And we have another head with the face. So Horus, as the Greeks call him, it will be the falcon. And the glyph that stands for, and Horus, the transliteration will be most of the time head. Then we have the face seen from the front, which will be head as well. And we have the word Heru, which can also mean day, but then the spelling will be different. We will not have the falcon, but it's always best to see. Oh, snap. Up. We have this class. Feel free to register, brothers and sisters. It's going to be Friday. There's so many people who have radio broadcasts, YouTube channels, and they do live stream and they invite people, and they are all Kemetic. And for the most part, none of them speak the Medu Neter or can read the Medu Neter. I think it's sad because they make live stream on a very regular basis. I see it coming in my feed, and they talk about Kemet, they talk about Neteru, they talk about spirituality, they talk about all these things, and you don't see them going through the Medu Neter. So to me, it's more interpretation than anything else. And it's a shame because when people will deal with the Sunnah, for example, then they will deal with the Arabic language somehow, some way, even if they don't speak it fluently. Where people break down Kemet without knowing the Medu Neter. It's strange. A lot of those people like shortcuts. A lot of people who claim to be Kemetic or who claim to be into some traditional African way of life or religion or spirituality, they are happy to no longer be under the Abrahamic um, belief system, and then anything goes. They feel like they can do anything they want. I can tell you that in France, you have a lot of bastards who claim to be Kemetic, and some of them used to be, professional thieves, rapists, pedophile. They kind of spend a day without lying. But now it's all good because, they have that spirituality and there's no accountability. I can tell that in France, the elders who claim to be Kemetic, Bear can make names and greet by saying Hotep. A lot of them are none but real low individuals. But I don't really want to dwell into that. But it's just really sad, really sad. And the majority of the elders who talk about Kemet, they don't study the Medu Neter. They don't know the Medu Neter. After like 20 years in the movement, can do better than that. And that's the elders. So I'm not even telling you about the younger ones. They see people doing mess up things, whether it's in the name of Kemet or not, and they are silent as a mouse. One of the most memorable quote was when some so-called Kemetic person was defending someone who mistreated black women and who probably tortured black women and probably raped them by putting up some ma'atic sentence that says, I only deal with my business, you know. So him putting that, and I don't even know where he got that from, but he took the effort to find a setting saying that says, I was only um involved with my affairs. That is to say, where getting involved with other people's affair is against my art. That kills me. There's a person, I don't want to get into specific, but when I decided not to spend time with that person came at me talking about, blah, blah, blah. That's my art. And that person never spoke to me about my art during that time when I was involved with that person. But now, if you criticize someone for torturing a black woman, apparently you're not following my art. I mean, those people twist it and make it their own way to a level that's so pitiful. It's crazy. So the dude who tortures a black woman, bosses don't say nothing, don't do nothing, support the dude. But if you criticize the dude for torturing black women, you're not doing my art. You're not following my art. That's Pan Africans for you. Now, Nature the Greatest wrote, was Kemet more about money than spirituality? I asked after watching a podcast by a Kemetic scholar. Well, the money was not like we have today. Um, there was no currency per se, coins, surely not notes. So back in those days, the wealth would be like, precious material like gold and silver and other different kind of stones, and of course the cattle is a form of wealth. What I can say is that the main thing that people used to abide by in Kemet was Ma'at. And we know that Ma'at stands for order, truth, justice, and so on. So I would say And then spirituality, a lot of us use it instead of religion. So whether the word is religion or spirituality, I would say it was more important than wealth. And one can read the maxims of Ptahhotep. Now, it's not really shown well because of my background picture, but that's the book, The Maxims of Ptahhotep. That's what I really recommend to people. We have Sister Thickness. How you doing, sister? Now, for those who don't know, I'm looking for people to register the for Friday's Medu Neter class. One brother registered earlier during the previous live stream. I've received an email. Okay. Yes, Epseni, it is indeed 11 p.m. EST. And to sign up, hold on. What the heck? Why is it always doing that? I don't understand. Okay, that's better. Let me reply to the email. I don't really understand the latest message, but so share the PayPal link and the Cash App link. I prefer PayPal if you can. It's best for me. And it's $10 for the class. What's the dollar sign here? There it is. Free. Hey. Oh, for Cash App. PayPal is there. I've sent the links in the chat. So the PayPal is paypal.me/ma'at4ever. And the Cash App is just $ma'at4ever. I want it to be a link. There it is. Boom, I've replied. So Thickness, it is actually Friday, this coming Friday, March 18, 11 p.m. EST, New York time. So Nepseni, I hope you can hear me. I forgot to answer for the time. It is definitely 11 p.m. EST, New York time. So feel free, brothers and sisters. Feel free. I would like as many people as possible. And Some people might not continue all the way because it's usually like that. I even have one brother who has sent the money, and we did not find a time straight away. And I think he changed his mind because I sent him so many emails to propose some time slot that he never replied. So I'm not angry at him. But it's the same with any language. Even with Arabic, when we start, there's so many of us, and it's by semesters. And at the end, the last semester, we were only two at the end. So it can be a dozen when you start, and then at the end, there's like three, four. Nature, Nature the Greatest is asking me how many languages I speak. Well, French, my mother tongue, me being born in France, Haitian Creole, English, of course. I'm familiar with Arabic, though I don't speak it currently. I'm familiar, currently, sorry, fluently. I'm familiar with Kiswahili. I wouldn't say that I speak it fluently. And I'm learning Spanish and two other languages. I'm replying regarding the class. I don't want you to think that I'm here just, going about my business while, you know, Asad 12 wrote, suppose all black people in Europe spoke Medu Neter. What do you think will come out of it? These questions, I don't see the point. You can add any language with that question. You know, in America, people speak English. In many parts of the world, people speak English. What comes out of it? We don't have any, I don't want to say genetic, but we don't have any cultural heritage with the English language. Actually, our introduction with the English language, for the most part, was through slavery initially. So I don't think you ask that question to people who are to the Arabic and the Hebrew. So it should be a same standard, not double standard. It's not for everybody. I'm not saying that people have to learn it. Some people will feel, I want to learn this tradition, this culture, this civilization. That's how it is. And other people want to be Asiatic, so they'll take on Asiatic names and learn Asiatic languages. Some are even making up a language, claiming it to be Hebrew, to each his own. But what we're going to go through That was the chair. The sound was a chair. With what we're going to go through, it's not made up at all. And when people ultimately will feel like they can fly on their own and they will get some books about the Medu Neter, then they will see that what was taught and explained will be confirmed by different scholars or the scholar that they will choose to read. People didn't really speak Hebrew like that. They revived it. Now it's the national language of their country. Neter the Great is asking, do you have any videos explaining other languages coming from the Medu Neter? Um, Not really explaining, but there's a video where I shared a PDF from different scholars showing the similarity between the Medu Neter and African languages. And I will share the link in the chat. Just have to find the video. For West Africa's relationship with Kemet. I hope that the link still works. Yes, it still works, so that's beautiful. So, Medu Neter relationship with several African languages. I've shared the link in the chat. This is a comparative lexicon of morphology between the Medu Neter and the Wolof, the Dagara, the Pular, the Banda, the Mandingo, the Nuer, the Douala, the Greek, and the French. Because we have some Greek and French words that derive from the Medu Neter. You're welcome, Brother Nature. Sad to have I don't understand your question. But let's keep it real. You're not interested with the Medu Neter, so why all these questions? Come on, brothers and sisters, I will be here for a few more minutes. Now, and I'm glad that Nature asked a question because in the chat of this video, you will have that link. And it's not one scholar, it's several scholars. Several scholars who show the relationship between the Medu Neter and different African languages. And you don't have just one example or two example, but you have quite a few. You have quite many actually. And people cannot do that with the Arabic and the different African languages. People cannot do that with the Hebrew and different African languages. Now, you see, Satwav said, I ask you this because I think it would inspire more people to learn if you spoke it out loud a lot in video. Every day I upload a video. I upload a video from museums in many different countries. I've been doing that. I've been doing that. And since there's been quite a few new learners, I went to the museum and filmed some artifacts with the vocabulary that we go through during the first classes, during the first few lessons. I've been doing that for years, actually. For years, I've been going to museum and reading from the original artifacts. Speaking the language more. I'm not going to repeat myself. I don't think there's many people who upload videos on a daily basis showing different artifacts from around the world. Not even talking about the live stream, where sometimes I go over it. Well, I might put an end to this live stream. So, nobody else wants to get on board. I will still do live stream, and I will, put a title that will let the people know what it's all about, really. Hey, it's been a long time, Doc Madara. A long time. Maybe a year. Sat12 is saying, I'm not talking about showing artifacts. I'm talking about you doing more speaking of the language itself, longer speaking. What's the point of me doing Medu Neter classes? If I do live stream and I go over it and over it, and besides me speaking it only, will not really help. It will allow people to know a word or two, to have a little bit of vocabulary. But what's really important with the Medu Neter is to be able to read it. Because and besides, I've been giving out a fair bit of vocabulary, but it's not fun if people are in a museum and they cannot read anything from the stelas, you know. So the people who take the classes, then they are able to read from the original artifacts. Now, Dark Matter, right? In case you don't know, this coming Friday, March 18, at 11 p.m. EST, there's going to be a group class. So whoever wants to register, it's $10 for the class, which will be minimum 1 hour, probably way longer depending on the turnout. So those who want to join can just make the donation via PayPal or Cash App. I prefer PayPal, and you have the PayPal and the Cash App address in the description of this video, and also the description of most of the videos that have been uploaded over the years. So it would be lovely if we have Sat12 is saying, hearing it more will be inspiring the sound of the language itself. This will bring you a lot more students. It's not against you, but no, it will not. I've been live streaming on a regular basis, even though the last few months I've live streamed a bit less. But for about 2 years, I've been live streaming and doing live stream for like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And I will mention the classes, and it wasn't that many people who show up. But in the last couple of weeks, I've been persistent and I've been insisting about the Medu Neter classes. And then the last 2 weeks, I had more learners than the last 2 years. So I know what works. I really do. I really do. And what's the shame is that, some people apparently want, everything for free. But when I started giving the classes, it was free of charge. There was barely anybody. So I stopped until a brother told me, money is not an issue. And the rest is history. Netter the Great test wrote, I work nights, so unfortunately, I can't attend Friday night class. I'll see you Saturday, though. Oh, but it's all good, brother. You have already done a few classes, so on Friday, it will be right from the beginning. And as well, brothers and sisters, you need to take uh Sat 12 if you want me. If you want to learn the Meta Nature, you can just join. But I don't know why you keep insisting, for real. It's really getting just a bit nearly annoying, really. I'm just wondering if you're trolling or not. But yes, brothers and sisters, on Friday, it's a new time slot. So everybody will get to learn from the beginning. So it's a great opportunity. Don't miss on it. Don't miss out on it. Because if you don't join for this class, this new time slot, uh, which hopefully will be a weekly class, joining later will be problematic because you don't really want to join for the second class or third class, do you? Because you would have missed the introduction. You would have you would have missed the introduction to the grammar and the main vocabulary. So the Banu Dutch is not using our script, which is already a challenge. And for you to just, join midway will not be suitable. So you will have new learners who will all start from the beginning. And by the way, I might have not said that, but it says on the flyer, those are private classes. All right, brothers and sisters. So it will be live, but not public. It will be private. So you don't have to worry about privacy. The only people who will be there, besides me, will be the learners. The people who, like yourself, would have paid the $10 for the class. I have a feeling that one person might get on board and register. Most people will register. they just they're just not regular people. I mean, when I say regular, they're not people who usually come on the live stream. So that's why it's important for me to put titles like this one: registration for Friday's Medu Neter class. So when they stumble upon this live stream, they know exactly what it's all about. Be Kemetic, not Kemetish, brothers and sisters. I'm really looking forward to it. And I will insist throughout the week. I will definitely insist. So maybe some people will not like it, but hey, I have to promote this. I shouldn't have to promote it the way I do, but everybody can look at the views on the videos. I'm aware that the Medu Neter is not the most popular topic. If I talk about current events or religion in general, there are a lot more views than the Medu Neter video that I upload, but I'm passionate about the Medu Neter. I've been studying it for years and I love teaching it. So I will focus on that. I will concentrate on that mainly because over the years, for more than 15 years, I have dealt and demonstrated most of the Abrahamic or religious claim of our brothers who talk that black Semite talk. I've shown the artifacts from museums. So the artifacts, those are original, those are primary. So some people say demonstration beats conversation. So I really took the time and it's all good to debunk falsehood, but it's good to deal with facts or truth. Sad 12 says he's disappointed. That's too bad, brother. That's too damn bad. Yeah. And I must tell you, I'm disappointed of seeing, you know, brothers and sisters who don't want to take it further, who remain anonymous and unidentified after so many years. But I'm not tripping on it. I'm not losing sleep over it. So if you're disappointed, it is what it is. But the thing is that I don't think you realize what you're asking. I don't think you will go to someone who teaches Hebrew or Arabic and say, "Can you say a few sentences?" You know, I don't think you will go see a lawyer and say, "Can you, you know, tell me a few laws, teach me about a few laws, a few rules?" I don't think you will go to a mechanic and say, "Can you just show me, you know, a little bit how you fix cars, just a little bit, just a couple of minutes, how you do it?" But between us, we have bad habits. People who got involved in businesses, they will know. They will know that most of the time it's black people who will ask them for discounts. It's like we don't value the stuff that fellow black people do. We have less regards for it. So we just come and ask and ask. There's that person who asked me, if I could do a PowerPoint about a topic. And I don't think he realized what he was asking me. Will he go to a university or college and ask a teacher, "Oh, teacher, can you do a PowerPoint about this topic?" I had that website running for more than 15 years. I've been doing live stream on a very regular basis. I've dealt with the Arabic language in order to debug that abiyad means black stuff. Been going to museums around many different countries in the world. But that's not good enough. The brother is disappointed because I did not do what he asked me to do. We need to do better than that, for real. We don't value ourselves. When I say ourselves, many black people don't value what another black person does. I remember reading messages sometimes of people being angry when someone will do something regarding Black history, and there will be a prize on it, like a debate or a presentation or a documentary. And I remember reading, "Oh, our people need this information. Why would you sell it? You should give it out for the people. The people need this." And I'm like, for real? For real? So a lot of people like to use a quote unquote struggle to get their way. They basically want everything to be free and available at their disposal. It's not cool. People don't even think about the time and effort it takes. We have 26 letters in our alphabet. So, whatever you want to write, you're dealing with 26 symbols. In the Medu Neter, there are hundreds of glyphs. So, whether I make a sentence out just for practice purposes, or if I transcribe a sentence from an original artifact because the original is damaged, so it's not shown too clearly, I put a set of glyphs together to make a sentence. I show the transliteration, the pronunciation, and the translation. And for the new glyphs that we go through, I give the reference, a gardener reference. That takes a lot of time. A lot of time. So I know how long it takes. And I respect my work. I respect myself. And what about the people who pay for the classes? They don't even ask me that. You know, they pay for the classes. They don't even ask me that. The brother Neter the greatest, who's there, he's paid for the classes. He paid for the first class. He liked it. He paid for several classes in advance. And after the last class we did, he sent me the amount of a class just for appreciation. But he's not here asking me if I can, say some sentences. But the people who don't take the classes, who never donated once in their lifetime, they are the ones who would ask me, "Can I do this? Can you do this? Can you do that?" That's not fair. That's not fair. I can explain in details, but it has to be in a class format. That's the best way. I've received an email. Now, bear with me. Oh, okay. Um, Now I think the sister is that you, Sister Thickness? Was it yourself? Uh, well, okay. Uh, okay, I will be able to stay a little bit longer because, well, not too long to be honest. I was supposed to have a class, but the brother can't make it. And then I'm gonna have to send the link to the person who actually joined. So we have a sister that joined, and I think it's Sister Thickness. Now, Okay, that's done. Now let me reply to the brother. Okay, now. Oh, but Nepseni, I forgot to send you the link. But I know you've paid. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I know. Uh, oh, you have? Hold on. Oh no, I misread the. Okay, hold on. Okay, I get it. So, uh, okay. Let me send the link. No, it's not a sister. It's Nepseni. So let me share the link. One moment. Oh, actually, I've sent it before, so I can. Where is it? Boom. And now let me send it. That's it. I've sent the link to you, Nepseni, and feel free to confirm that you've received it. So, two brothers today. I did a live stream earlier, so that's good. You know, if there's two brothers or sisters a day, I'm sorry, I'm happy with that. Though I wouldn't mind if there were more. Take the opportunity, brothers and sisters. Now, Satwa wrote, I see your point of view seems to be the language is sacred. I respect that. It's not because the language is sacred that I don't want to say sentences. It's just like, I think I've explained myself. But here, Satwa wrote, some teachers of Medu Neter say they teach the reading only because the vowels are unknown to be able to speak it. In some cases, for the most part, we don't necessarily know what the vowels are. So the consensus is to add the vowel E between consonants indeed, but in many cases we have the vowel sounds like A, E, U. In many cases we do have them. And that's what a lot of people don't know when they keep repeating that the Medu Neter has not been deciphered. And the consonant thing is the same with the Hebrew and the Arabic. In writing, initially it was not written. So for the Hebrew and the Arabic, they came up with different marks, dots and so on, strokes and so on, diacritical marks, uh, to let the people know how to pronounce the sounds, the vowel sounds. And the Hebrew, they used Yiddish a lot to revive it, you know. So 12 volt, my opinion is it is better to speak it to make language come alive, even if the vowels are guessed. So it's not just used for reading ancient text. So you can converse with other people, say new things. So, okay. Okay. So, brothers and sisters, feel free to join this upcoming class on Friday, March 18, 11 p.m. EST. Do you want to register? Do you want to enroll? It's very simple. It's $10 for the class. $10 per class. Remember, all the charge you up to $50 per class. So it's very affordable. Yeah, I'll put titles like that in order to let it be known from the get-go. In order to let it be known from the gate. In order to let it be known from the jump. Who wants to learn the Medu Neter? It's time, brothers and sisters. You will receive vocabulary to practice. You will learn using the original artifacts as well as the transcription of the hieroglyphs. You will get to read your first lesson. I'm sorry, you will get to read your first sentence at the end of the lesson. You will get to understand the system, which is it's not rocket science really. A lot of people see the Medu Neter or the hieroglyphic as something so difficult to grasp, something that only geniuses can deal with, but it's not the case. It's a system of language like many others. Remember, the word Ibani derives from the Medu Neter. I made a video about that a long time ago. But if you want to see it, you can just go on the search bar of YouTube and type in Ma'at Forever and Ibani, and you will see it. Forgive me. Okay, well, no more brave souls for today. I'll be back at it tomorrow. But you know what? You should give it a try, brothers and sisters. But you have to lose. You will not lose anything. The $10 fee will not be lost because you will get an even exchange. If you are there, besides the people who don't wish me well out of jealousy, if you are there, it's because you saw the title or you are subscribed to my channel and you saw that I was live. But if you still stay here, it means that you have somehow, somewhere, some interest about the Medu Neter. Otherwise, you would have bounced. So what are you waiting for? Are you waiting on 2030? A lot of people say, okay, later, I will learn later. Procrastination will not help. So at least give it a try. It's very easy, very simple. The title says registration, but it's not as if you fill up a form and you have some recurrent payment method set up. You just pay for one class. If you like it, you continue. If you don't like it, you stop. You're under no obligation. I don't ask for your address. I don't ask for your, I don't even need your government name. I won't ask for no credit card. You're the one who send the payment via PayPal or Cash App, and that's it. You're good to go. It's that easy. Maybe you have some people from the competition. They might want to see my recruitment methods. They might want to have some inspiration. We have the same goal. We're not enemies. We might be competitors, but not enemies. Our goal is to teach the ancient language. And I must keep it real, brothers and sisters. I'm quite happy because I had, like I said, a few learners lately, the last 2 weeks. But with those learners, it's just 1 hour. Now that new time slot, I'll be freer. Okay, brothers and sisters, I haven't received any new email, so no new registrant. But I'm glad once again we had two only for today. We'll see tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. Hotep. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Neter classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more. I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Medu Neter class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Medu Neter lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had ever. So if you're interested in learning the Medu Neter, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Medu Neter, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neter classes with Brother Shaka. and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.